What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Apex Academy. I just want to go ahead and welcome everybody before we begin. And I want to talk about really quickly. Don't worry, guys. It's not take too much time. But I ran into this today with my Shopify store, or maybe yesterday, but part of it today. And this is a quick way to mitigate this issue. So I'm always going to be giving out these small tips here. So keep in mind this, guys. A good way to decrease your disputes on your Shopify store is to pay attention to the shipping behind the product. Now, here's an example. A lot of people, when you get disputes, guys, about half of the disputes are going to come from people that never received their product. Now, what do I mean by never received their product? You delivered it, you shipped the product out, the product was fulfilled, and it was delivered. The only problem is on that specific product that was delivered, they never received it. So you guys know how it works. Some people are porch bandits. They steal products. And, I'm sure people who've ordered from Amazon experience the same thing where you guys know how it is. Sometimes if the person lives in a bad neighborhood, there's a tons of YouTube videos on this where people order products from Amazon. They get their little package. It gets delivered on their door. And then you see the bandit 20 yards away, run up to the porch, steal the package, and basically run off with it. Well, this happens frequently, and sometimes even, customers don't, receive their package despite the status being delivered. Maybe because of other reasons, such as the postman, the delivery driver. Maybe he delivers it to the wrong address, and that address doesn't rightfully return the product, or even delivers it to the wrong address, but the address decides, who's ever in that house who received this false product decides to hand it over to the true owner a week or a month or 2 months later, right? So what do you do with this? Because customers will dispute it. And there's a good way to mitigate this. See, a lot of the times customers are going to be reaching out to you and saying, hey, I never received it. And this is what you're going to do. On all of your stores, a good idea to do this, and we actually do this for protection. We don't actually do this for, money purposes. We do this for protection. We offer in our shipping, right? We offer a certain package of shipping where it's not extremely expensive. It's just a little more expensive for insurance on the product. So just in case if the product never gets delivered to the customer, right? We have insurance, and all of our orders we offer free shipping anyway. So to be clear, customers on my end never pay for shipping. So for example, we have a jewelry company. I just bought this jewelry company. It was a smaller company. I can't even really call it a company, guys. It's really just a store. When we bought the jewelry company or a jewelry store, it's a smaller store, but we had to add, we give free shipping on all products free shipping. You have the option to pay for higher quality shipping. So for example, priority mail or, the insurance on the mail. And when a consumer comes and says to you, hey, I never received it, despite it saying delivered, you could say, from what we see here, you never bought the insurance package for the delivery. So it's really, and you got to say it the nice way though. But that's kind of, you got to say like, hey, from what we could see here, you didn't buy the insurance. There's really nothing we could do. Maybe you could just wait for your whoever has it, the rightful person who has it, to return it to you. That's kind of a little tip here, guys. And the reason why I say this is because you always got to make sure you cover all your bases in business. And unfortunately, with some businesses, I know I've had people out of the woodworks on Instagram with some of our businesses, try to steal products. Example, in the jewelry niche, you get, kids, I guess they're kids, people in high school, college, whatever, which is, I'm a kid. Who really cares? I'm young too. We're all young. Young's in the heart, baby, not in the age. But anyways, what was I saying? I got a little. Oh, sorry guys, I got a little sidetracked. I get messages from people saying, "Oh yeah, I never received my order." So I'll say, "What's your order number?" Or I'll say, "Can you send it? What's your email or what's your receipt?" Anything to prove that this person is a customer, and they'll just make some stuff up and that never exists. And I know for a fact that we ship every single product meticulously. We will fulfill every product. We actually make sure it goes through a process where we check over every single order that goes out. Now, the reason why I say this is because, guys, there's a lot of people that want to take advantage of you out there, right? And you just got to be aware, Shopify is a business game. There's going to be wins, there's going to be losses. You want to mitigate, you want to decrease the amount of those losses as much as possible, all right? So that was a little, I guess you could say a little side story. So now that we're here in business, talking about the concept of today's video, we're continuing the series that we're doing with the Alpha Wolf theme from Wolf of Shopify. For those who don't know, wolfofshopify.com is the place of the theme that we're using. If you guys see certain features on this theme that you don't see at the one that you're using at home, is simply because not all themes are created equal. So just be aware of that, all right? And the theme here is the Alpha Wolf theme, not this wolf theme. We have many tutorial videos on this theme, and we will create more because I know people like those videos a lot, and that's kind of like what built my channel by surprise. I really had no idea it was going to kind of, I don't want to say blow up because I'm not big on YouTube, but then again, for me and my level, we could say it kind of did pretty well. And then when the Alpha Wolf came, we just got hooked on it. So let's just get into some work today. Today, I'm going to keep the video really short, really simple, all right? Or maybe not really short because it's kind of too late already for it to be short, but really simple. Let's talk about footers, okay? Footers and headers, all right? So we didn't create the header yet, but with the footers and headers, guys, two simple rules, two very, very simple rules. Any link that is not related to the purchase of a product, meaning it's not going to get you a sale, you put in the footer. Okay? Any link that is related to the purchase of a product, specifically a sale, it goes in the header. Okay? I want to be very, very clear about that. So, for example, we're selling women's leggings, women's crops, women's shorts, shop all. All that goes in the header. Okay? All that goes in the header. If it's a link like privacy policy, you put that in the footer. You do not put that in the header. Okay? If it's a link like return policy, you put that in the footer. You do not put it in the header. This is just normal web design etiquette, okay? But there's actually a purpose behind this. The reason why is if you guys watched my last video and the video before of the series, I mentioned a word. I mentioned friction. And if you guys could remember, a little trivia quiz here, is what is friction? What is consumer friction? Well, consumer friction, and we talked about this last episode, is when you are slowing down the purchase process for the customer, adding unnecessary buttons, bringing unnecessary things to the table. That's why one-click checkout works so well. An example of this is if I click on this, for example, this product right here, right? If I click on this product and I hit add to cart, you're going to see one-click checkout appears, all right? A checkout button right here. And then what does it do? It takes me to the checkout page. Now, why does this matter? Well, this is a frictionless store, or less friction. Remember that the less friction there is, the better there is, or the better chance you have at getting a sale. Does that make sense, guys? A very, very important concept, okay? I see a lot of people adding unnecessary buttons to their headers and just kind of making things a little bit too complicated, all right? So let's go ahead and build a header and show you guys how it should basically look like, all right? So let's go ahead and hit exit here. And then what we're going to do is hit this navigation button, all right? Navigation. Make sure you click on navigation. And here we have the footer menu and we have the main menu. So let's click on main menu. And guys, you don't have to title this anything else other than main menu. Just literally leave it the way it is, okay? You don't have to change this. This is not visible to people. This is just for you to know which menu is which. And let's just go ahead and just delete everything we see, okay? Let's just get rid of it. Let's just be clear, all right? So we're all starting off a smooth, clean, fresh page. Now, before we do this, let's just go ahead and hit save. We want to make sure all our product collections are there. So we have leggings, we have men's shirts, we have men's shorts, we have women's crops, women's shorts, we have the home page. Just to be clear, I want to see what's on the home page here. Okay, so the home page is all of our products. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's head over to, once again, our online store, hit the navigation button. Let's start creating our header. So main menu, we hit the add menu button. Now notice, we're using Shopify 2.0 here. So the design, the user interface is a little bit different than what we're used to, okay? So let's just hit this add main menu button. Don't worry, guys, it's really easy. And we're going to give a name for the menu link that we have. But so far, we're not sure what we're going to start. So we know that we want to add collections. So let's click on a link here and let's select collections. And now we have a list of collections. So a good idea is let's just start adding all the women's products as collections. So women's crops, let's go ahead and add that, right? Let's hit add here. Let's hit here, let's go back to collections. Let's keep adding more, guys. Let's add more. We have women's crops. We have women's shorts. How about that? Let's add women's shorts. Are there any more women's products? Let's see. I believe there is one more. And yes, there is. Leggings, all right? So now we added leggings. But let's do this for the men's too. So let's go to collections. And we got men's shorts. And here, let's go to collections once again. And we have men's shirts. Let's just double check and make sure that we didn't miss anything. So collections, we have homepage. We don't need to add that. Leggings, men's shirts, men's shorts. All right, I added men's shirts twice, guys. So let's be aware of that. So let's just go ahead and delete the last one. And let's hit save real quick. Let's hit add menu. Okay. And so collections, we have leggings, men's shirts, men's shorts. We have crop tops, women's, and women's shorts. Okay, good. We're good to go. All right. I don't want to leave it like this, but just save the menu and let's hit view. Let's view our website right now. Now, if you notice, this is our nice website here. Let's get rid of this. Let's click on the menu. Notice how the menu here changed. Okay. Now, I don't want it kind of like this. I want it slightly different. All right. Just because for my taste. Everybody can do what they want, okay? Just for my personal taste, I'm going to change things up a little bit. Let's go over here to products. Let's go to collections. I want to create a women's collection that has all women's products, right? So I'm going to go to collection here. I'm going to create a collection. I'm just going to call this women's. Nothing else, just women's, right? I'm going to hit manual here so I can select manually what products I want to add, and I'm going to hit save, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit browse, and every single women's product I see, I'm going to add. So we got all the leggings here. We got some t-shirts for the women's, the crop tops rather. Here's some shorts, okay? And I think that's it. I could be wrong, but I think that's it, for example. All right, let's hit add, okay? And one of the benefits, guys, of me adding few products to this tutorial series is just so that you guys can see things quicker here. So we don't have to spend hours creating one single collection. Let's click here, create another collection. Let's create a collection just for the men's products, right? So it's the same concept. We just type in men's here, hit manual, and hit save. And then what we're going to do is hit browse, and we're going to take a look at some of the men's products. And here we have the premium shorts, okay? And we have what else? We have these two t-shirts, okay? Let's hit add. So everything is added. Now, just FYI, guys, we can actually sort the order of everything. So I could select manual here, and I could just drag this kind of like this, just so you guys want to, if you want to see it in a certain order when you're viewing your collection, right, when you're on your website. So if I just click view here, notice how I put the two t-shirts images together, and then here we have the short collections here. And by the way, let's just call the attention here to the theme. It produces these really nice large images. And if you guys notice, a very, very clever thing about these images is, let me just click on this image here, open link in a new tab. This is just a little FYI. Do you see how this image is much more clear and less pixelated? I don't even want to use the word pixelated because none of these images are pixelated, but this one seems more sharp. That's the right word to say, more sharp, right, than this image. And that's actually 100% true. See, the theme is what we refer to it as a smart theme. Shopify calls these smart themes. Basically, what a smart theme is that Google or Shopify creators, Shopify developers, whatever you want to call them, they inherently know that Google, everybody wants to rank on Google. Let's just be honest. It's basically value in gold, right? When you have your website at the top of Google, that means whenever somebody searches for example, gray t-shirt, boom, your website pops up. Well, Google wants to see certain websites, right? And Google wants to see certain characteristics in websites. And one of those characteristics are optimization, speed, okay? That's why we call it SEO, search engine optimization. And so these Shopify themes, these smart Shopify themes, and not all themes are like this, but what they do is they prioritize speed. So what they'll do is they'll minify an image. And basically what minifying means is they'll decrease just a little bit, maybe 10 to 20% of the quality of the image, just a little bit here on the home page or on the catalog page, just to speed up the experience of the user, the theme. Now, why is this a benefit? Well, one of the main issues that people do not convert is because the store is too slow, right? Now, I want to call your attention to something really quick. On the online store button, when you hit the online store, Shopify has this speed score. This speed score, guys, means absolutely nothing because what it's doing is it's comparing your store to a bunch of other stores out there. Well, guess what? 99% of the stores on Shopify are losing stores. They're loser stores. They don't make money. And I don't say that to insult, but I say that to say the truth. They just simply don't make money. So essentially, they're comparing your store to a bunch of losers. You can't do that. You can't worry about this number here. You need to focus on the user experience. You need to click through your website, and you need to go through and you need to click on certain buttons and see, is it fast enough, things like that. You can see here, these images are not pixelated. They're very high quality, and the theme is working very quickly, as you guys could see, right? It's not because I have a fast internet connection. It's because the theme is built well, okay? And this is the theme that I'm talking about. And you guys got, like I said, not all themes are created equal. Just because a theme costs $700 doesn't mean you buy that theme, okay? I saw a theme the other day. It was built horrendously. And when I say horrendously, I mean it. It is unbelievably slow. And it was being sold for like $399. I'm not going to say the company's name, because I don't like to put negativity in people's lives. But all I'm trying to say here, guys, is be aware of the type of businesses that you're working with, okay? So back to what we're doing with collections now. Now that you guys get the whole point with Shopify Speed and things like that, let's get back to our collection. So now that we have these two main collections, I want to change up the navigation a little bit, and I want to head over here to the main menu once again. And you guys can see here, I have a whole bunch of links. Women's crops, women's shorts, leggings, men's shirts, men's shorts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to segment. And you guys are going to see, I'm going to pull up the collections once again, and I'm going to pick the men's collection here, and I'm going to add it. And I'm also going to pick the women's collection, just the women's collection, nothing else, right? And I'm going to add it. Now notice, somebody might say here, well, why'd you do that? Isn't it kind of like rhetorical? Like you're repeating yourself almost in a way, like you're adding men's and women's. Yeah, but we're going to do something here. So first thing we're going to do is add men's all the way to the top and women's all the way to the top, right under men's, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to drag the women's one to the right of women's. So do you guys see that right there? This is very subtle. I want you guys to pay attention to this. You grab these little 6 dots here and you just, boom, move it over. And now what it does is it creates a drop down for the women's and now creates a drop down. So the way to do this is, once again, take it and drag it under, right? So boom, just like that. Leggings, drag it under, okay? So now what we did is we created a shelf almost, okay? Or what we really created is a subheading or subheadings. Here's our main heading, and then we have subheadings. And we're going to do the same thing for the men's shirts. Okay, men's shorts. Same thing. Now we're going to save our progress. So now what we really did is we have two main buttons over here. We have men's and we have women's. And then when somebody wants to view men's, they see that there's options of men's shirts and men's shorts. There's options of women's crop tops, women's shorts, leggings. Now, you guys could, if you wanted to, since it's segmented like this, you could remove the extra word women's because it might seem a little redundant, right? Instead of women's shorts, women's crop tops, women's leggings, just have women's and then just have crop tops, shorts, leggings, right? So I'll go ahead and do that real quick just to show you guys how to do this. And guys, I don't think this is going to make a difference between, a higher % conversion rate. I just think it's going to make your store look just a little bit cleaner, right? It's not going to, save the world in terms of sales, but it will make everything look just a little bit cleaner. Now, in terms of the segmentation, did you guys see how we created these shelves, these headings, subheadings? Now, that could impact conversion rates because what you're really doing is you're reducing friction. Remember that key word, friction, that I mentioned in the last episode? Friction is very important, and nobody wants friction in their business because that's going to hurt business. The more steps that you take that a customer has to take to get to the sale is less amount of sales that you will generate. Now, for the moment of truth, guys, let's hit this little menu bar, and boom, we have a men's button and a women's button. Now we could hit this little plus sign, and there we go. It's a drop down of exactly what we created earlier. Look how clean that is. So now, if you're a man, you know exactly what buttons to click. You know exactly how to get to the product that you want. If you're a woman, same thing. You know exactly what options we have. You click on the product, and you see what product you want to select. Maybe something catches your attention, like these pair of shorts here. You look at them, you say, hey, I want to buy, and you add to the cart, all right? So now that we're done with that, okay, now let's talk about footers. Now, footers, I'm actually going to leave for a separate episode entirely, but what I do want to say is that with the footers, guys, this is where you guys can reign free. You know, if you have an affiliate program, you can add it in the footer. If you have a privacy policy, you can add it in the footer. You know, anything like that. Something that I will say, there's a little caveat here, is you know how I mentioned earlier that anything that doesn't directly relate to the sale needs to go in the footer? Well, there's this one link that can potentially go, actually, there's actually two, but let's just keep it at one for now. There's one link that can potentially go in the header that is not directly related to the sale, but can still boost sales. And that is the affiliate link. So if you want people to become affiliates, if you want people to become sponsored, if you want people to become partners, right? You might want to add that link here in the header, but only under a particular set of conditions. You don't just put it no matter what, only under a set of conditions. Now, what are those conditions? The condition is very simply that if a large amount of sales come to your business from affiliates, sponsors, partners, whatever you want to call it, then it is probably a good idea to put it in your header. If it doesn't, if you have let's say 1 or 2 affiliates, then it's really not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, if somebody's coming to your website who has a real intention to become partnered with you, to become an affiliate, they're gonna look to see if you have a button like that. And or they could just sit there and hit the contact us button and look for you specifically. However, if the person is just browsing and just viewing, and they happen to have a large following, and then maybe they might have seen it, then in that case, it would work, okay? So this is a little side note, and I hope this video impacted every single one of you guys' business. If it's a little piece of advice or if it's a large piece of advice, irrelevant, doesn't really matter. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. I like you. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. Had a little tongue twister there. I was going to say I like you guys. I mean, what the hell is that? But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. As you guys know, we're consistently posting on a daily basis now, no matter what day it is, all right? Thank you guys for watching.